What's up, guys? Studfit here, joined by Antilev. We have another driver deep dive of the week. This week, Penguin Luigi. As always, the purpose of this series was to peel back the curtain as to what's going on for a specific driver's coverage. How many times have you opened the app, you scroll down and you see all these tracks, you don't know what kind of tracks, is this a good person to invest in, is it not? We highly recommend you leveraging spreadsheets, BAM and GURBS, etc. But until then, we wanted to kind of provide a broad coverage overview to give you some high-level information about what kind of tracks might be useful for this driver, where you might see some value. So, Penguin Luigi, this is actually his 2-year anniversary. We are recording this in January of 2022. He's reappeared many times. We're not even going to get into it, but he's been in the all clear pipe since the Bowser versus DK Tour. When you talk about all of his tracks, he's got 20 non-city tracks and Antilev 25 total
25
tracks.
total. Yes.
So he used to be one of the coverage kings, but not so much anymore. Now that we've had so many other drivers get buffed so much since then, but 20 tracks that we'll be focusing in on when it comes to non-cities. We always like to start with the overlap report. These are the drivers that have the most overlap with Penguin Luigi. There's one driver who shares the most overlap with 7 tracks. We rarely see a driver have this much overlap, but that is Wario Hiker. So neither one of them have that great skills, so don't be too afraid that he's got 7 overlaps with him. But Ice Mario having 6 might be a tough one, because obviously he's been in 100 pipes and he's been in permanent pipes for a long, long time. Many people have him at level 7. So he's got 6 tracks overlapping with him. Santa Mario, 5 tracks along with King Bob-omb and also Cat Peach. So those are 3 drivers that overlap 5 times with Penguin Luigi. And then we have 3 drivers that overlap 4 times. That would be Rosalina Aurora, Mario Swimwear, and Luigi Painter. So just be aware of Luigi Painter obviously being probably the best skill on the whole entire list there. But overall, you're not too afraid of anyone else that overlaps with Penguin Luigi that much. So, when we look at his non-coin box tracks, and so there are 11 total, but there are a lot of other great skills that overlap with him. So, that part is good. 11 is a high number. In fact, you have to kind of even look sideways to see the writing on that on the screen, just because there are so many plus skills, but not for many coin box drivers that overlap with him. We'll first kind of point out the 2 exclusive tracks that he has. These are in the middle that say none. These would be Rock Mountain R and Rosalina Ice World T. These are the top 2 tracks for Penguin Luigi, and that there are no other plus skills on these tracks. Now, we haven't seen Rock Mountain in a while, so some of these new drivers might get that track when it comes back, but at least for the time being, we have seen Rosalina Ice World T quite a lot. That is one where Dry Bowser Gold is one that I've been using on that track. We have seen a cup boost with Pink Gold Peach. I think the last 2 times we've seen it, so it can be kind of confusing. Pink Gold Peach is not permanently on that track as a top shelf unless it is in her cup. All right, now we can move into the other tracks, and there's a lot to go over. So DK Pass, obviously having DK. Now this is a driver that you already have probably level 7. I think it was all of ours are one of our favorite to take to level 7. Most likely it's going to be the one that you use, but there's a situation where if you have Penguin Luigi, single uncapped or even double uncapped, it might be a better situation than DK. But that giant banana, man, you're going to get so many more actions. And this is a track where it's very easy to get over 200 actions. Again, really, you're aiming for 200 action counts on every track if at all possible. For the tracks where you can get over 200, there is a point in diminishing return. Just get your 200 actions and move on, unless you want to get 1,000 points for 20 extra actions above 200. DK Pass RT, kind of in a similar situation, but you have 2 newer drivers that have Lucky 7. You're definitely going to want to err on that side of it, but you may not have item tickets that you would have taken it to that high level. But there are a lot of drivers in general on this track, so you probably have pretty good coverage there, but Peach Happy and Mario Saddle of You are probably going to be your best 2 options. Donut Plains 2T. You see so many drivers here. There are a total of 5 top skilled drivers on this track. You most likely will not be wanting to use Penguin Luigi, or you will be outscored by your competition. I will say there are 4 drivers that you have unlocked even at level 1. But Painter Luigi, you may not have access to. He unlocks this track at level 6. You have Giant Banana with Mario Sunshine. You have 2 Lucky 7 drivers, Peach Happy and Lakitu Party Time, and a Boomerang driver with Shy Guy Ninja. So definitely the track that you're probably going to want to use one of these better skills. Moving along, we have Frappe Snowland T, which you have a Boomerang driver, Shy Guy Ninja, definitely going to be the best option there. It's great for Boombox and really hitting a lot of things with that Boomerang. But with only one top skill, Penguin Luigi, not a bad track to use him on. Skipping over the tracks we've just discussed, Remix Choco Island 1R, you have Chef Mario with Lucky 7. A great driver there, but you may not have him at a super high level. Penguin Luigi, you most likely unfortunately have at a high level, or you may just have and you may not have Chef Mario, maybe just based on getting him in All Clear Pipe or something else, maybe more towards that free-to-play. A track that you probably have pretty good coverage on would be Remix Rainbow Road 1T, because you got DK. DK is an easy driver to have at a high level, most likely when you're using there. But Mario Sunshine and Party Time Lakitu, 2 solid drivers to double on cap, and you might have better options there than even DK. Luigi's Mansion R, you have 4 total drivers that with plus skills that overlap with him, including a normal driver with Boomerang, and that would be Baby Luigi. So a solid option there, maybe even to triple and cap and have some fun with. But other than that, you're going to have some Lucky 7 options. You have Luigi Classic, Luigi Painter, and Holidaisy. All 3 of those with Lucky 7. It's a great track for Lucky 7 or for Boomerang. So maybe one that you're not going to probably use Penguin Luigi on, but good to know. And then Rock Mountain, the regular version, you got DK. So 3 DK options here, where there are no coin box, but you're gonna have a lot of options. I think Rock Mountain's got to be one of your favorite when it comes to Giant Bananas. Just so many cool little areas that are super tight, and you get a lot of actions off of. So most cases you're gonna be using DK, but good to know there's just one competing option there. And then Koopa Troopa Beach 2T. You got the new Kangaroo Yoshi. You may not have him at a high level or have him at all. So this might be one where Penguin Luigi has a little bit more value. Obviously, this is his level 6 track along with Rock Mountain. So keep that in the back of your mind too. Antilev, what are your thoughts on Penguin Luigi?
I think you summed it up very nicely. Penguin Luigi is from New Super Mario Brothers Wii. You could get a penguin suit as a power-up. Then the characters would slide on belly and shoot ice balls, as well as being able to swim a little better. He's an older driver, as you said. We're celebrating his 2-year anniversary now, and he became a pipe regular in the Bowser vs. DK Tour. He's got great coverage, not quite top 10, but 20 is still a lot of tracks, even 2 years back. The main thing against him is his skill. Ice Flower is just an awful skill. It's one of the worst. Basically, if you're going to be playing with him, it's just straight coin frenzies and front running, and offers no advantage over any other type of skill. Looking into his coverage, the reason why we elected him for this video is because he's got a huge amount of non-coin box tracks. For a long time, him and Black Yoshi were up there as 2 of the drivers with the most non-coin box tracks in the game. I think it's faded a little bit. He's lost a couple, but he's still got one of the best. Unfortunately, he does have this overlap with all these plus skill drivers. And his most useful track is probably Rosalina's Ice Roll T, and half the time Pink Gold Peach is cut boosted on that. So one other thing, 8 of these 11 on Coinbacks tracks have a super driver as a top shelf. So if your account is kind of in the middle and you think, okay, I'm going to get these Lucky 7 drivers, I can coast a little bit with supers on some of these for a while. One final other thing to mention, he has DK Pass R, as people know. That is the only exclusive track of Party Time Pauline, and as a result, not many people have her invested. So that is could be considered a sort of non-point box track for him if you don't have her at a high level. I don't personally. Who should invest in Penguin Luigi? I would say if you have none of Party Time, Lucky 2, Ninja Shy Guy, Rosaline Swimwear, 3 overlaps there, and Bowser Claws, 2 overlaps, but they're both exclusive Bowser Claws tracks. If you have none of those 4, it could be interesting for you. Who should invest? If you've got maxed out Donkey Kong and either King Bob-omb or Halloween Rosalina at a high level, they will probably cover most of the tracks that aren't covered by Coinbox or other super drivers. That's basically it.
Yeah, it's one that I've pulled a number of times to have him at level 7. He used to kind of have this, and we've seen these drivers, that have had phenomenal coverage, such as Penguin Luigi or Black Yoshi or Black Birdo. They just seem to like have these coverage kings, and he was a former cover. In fact, he was probably the OG coverage king when we think about it. So nice to see maybe a little bit more statistics behind where his value might lay. And especially for those new players or free to play, it might be one that you're leaning on. I think overall to have 11 non-coin boxers is pretty good. So when Coinbox is king, it's nice. If even when you look at his drivers, he has the most overlap with. There's no Coinbox driver that has more than 3 overlaps with. So very, very excited about that part of it. Not a bad driver to invest in, but just I think if you look at a lot of these, other than DK, most of these drivers are kind of new or a little bit more fun. They're not like ones that you would see being in 100 pipes or having access to like Nabbit or things like that. So I think he's still a decent option. Maybe worth a ticket if you absolutely have to. But overall, I would stick to these top skills. They're going to get you farther along in the game with a higher action count. So there you go. If you have any recommendations for a new driver, we're kind of going through some of the permanent items, some of the drivers that might have pretty constant coverage that we don't have to update this here in a month. But ultimately, just give you some information, allow you guys to be able to make those best decisions, especially in the winter time, which we're kind of rounding out to a nice little winter celebration. So thank you guys for joining us. Until next time, may the frenzy luck be with you. Thanks, guys.